I've got some good news to share with you. I know in these dark and gloomy times, it looks like everything is going from bad to worse. People are getting stabbed, girls and women are getting odd, and the government is not listening to the public. The government is not willing to do anything. In fact, they are doubling down on their failures and gaslighting you, the public. But there is a glimmer of hope, which is why we do what we do. So have a look at this. I made a video about this a while ago because I know just like the mood of the natives has taken an angry turn, the other side's mood is also changing. There is a side which is getting angry, but there's another side which is saying, you know what, fair enough. It's not our country. We better leave. So there was this poll was done in May. 1 in 3 British Muslims consider leaving the UK. I also made a video earlier this year where I discussed a survey in which said that 40,000 Muslims had left France. Now, I don't know where they went. Some people were joking about it, that maybe they have come to the UK. Who knows? But have a listen to some of these Muslims who are saying, you know what? We have had enough. We are leaving. So I think when we look back at this period of history, we would see that Henry Nowak's murder and the attempted beheading of that Scottish guy. Sorry, he was Scottish, but that happened in Belfast. That angered a lot of people. Obviously, that caused riots. And some reports are saying, I have seen some videos, but I can't really play, I lost, because you see so many of these tweets and videos, you don't get to save all of them. So thousands of Muslim immigrants are fleeing. I don't know about the number thousands, but I have seen videos of people like literally as if it's the end of the world scenario, and people are just filling their cars up with car boots with stuff, and then they're just leaving. So this particular incident, I think, is going to serve as a watershed moment, because that is making a lot of people think about their future, whether they should live in the UK or not. Have a listen to this Muslim.
You're a Muslim, you have no other option but to leave the UK and move to a Muslim country now, because your sisters, your mother, your wife, she isn't safe when she's going outside. Like if your mother...
Nothing happened to them, actually. There was one hate attack against a hijabi woman who was run over by someone. Obviously, atrocious thing to do, and no one should support that, and we need to condemn that in absolute terms. But a lot more has happened in the other direction, okay? So don't let these people gaslight you. Look at this. This is just what's been covered by the BBC this year alone. A 12-year-old girl tells court she was strangled and then arred. Look at this one. Our accused denies circling streets for girls. That's why they've been doing that. Afghan asylum seeker jailed for arring a 12-year-old girl. Man in court charged with R of a teen on beach. That just happened 6 days ago. Look at him. They're all Muslims. Muslim women, not that it should happen, Muslim women have not been treated like this in the West. Oh, sorry, I forgot to show this one. Asylum seeker jailed for Park R has sentence cut. Isn't that amazing? He had his sentence cut. So that's what's happening. Yeah. Oh, have a look at this. This is what's happening on our streets. Look at this. This African or Middle Eastern migrant makes moves on this girl in Camden and tells her that he's going to kill her. And look at her. These young Western women were raised in a completely different environment. They were told that a man shouldn't even stare at you. He shouldn't even wolf whistle at you. And if he does, that's sexual harassment. But the same ideology that gave us, the same progressives that gave us ideals like feminism, also supported the mass import of people like that who are doing this on their streets, and they are tolerating that. Isn't that amazing? It's fascinating how people can hold conflicting, completely polar opposite, contradicting moral values in their head just to support their ideological dogma. Fascinating, isn't it? I get fascinated by that.
I said, your boyfriend, I'm going to shoot him in the head.
He's going to shoot her boyfriend in the head. How charming, because he's saying that you belong to me. That's what he says.
anything. I said your boyfriend, I gonna shoot him in the head.
I've got a boyfriend.
No, I gonna shoot him in the head.
Oh.
Yeah, because of you. You're
What?
mine.
I am not
You
yours.
know?
No. I'm not. I'm scared.
That's a very nervous laugh because obviously she doesn't want to provoke him or give him a reason. Who knows? Who knows? Is he carrying a knife? It's not like it hasn't happened before. It happens all the time. That's what's happening to our women, children, girls. Even the BBC is reporting on it. I was shocked. I was like, why is the BBC actually reporting on this? Okay, I can't find the video where the BBC was actually admitting that these asylum seekers are massively, disproportionately overrepresented in violent crimes. So, you know what? Some Muslims are also saying that, yeah, well, you know what? Maybe that's it. Game over. Listen to this guy.
Today is a reality check moment for the Muslims living in the UK with the rise of reform up and down the country. The sentiment of the public is not in your favor, it's not in the favor of immigrants, and this is a reality check that we have to accept. As Muslims living in the UK, we need to understand that the trajectory where this country is going is anti-Islam, okay? So we cannot complain too much about it because we were supposed to be as guests living in the house, and the host can change the rules at any time. So we cannot complain because end of the day we have our own houses, we have our own lands. So we were supposed to be in the UK and the West temporarily as economic migrants to make our money, and we were supposed to leave these lands and go back to our own lands. But what happened was we forced ourselves to be in an environment where it's not suitable for us to practice Islam in the first place. The rules of the house do not conform to Islam in the first place. So now the host is saying that your values and our values do not align.
Yeah.
So the Muslims now need to understand that in order for you to preserve your Islam, your morality, your dignity, you have to now move back to your own lands. This is the highlight. This is a real issue that we need to understand now.
Yeah.
That we need to talk about this elephant in the room now. There's no point denying these things. There's no point putting your head in the sand. You have to have these conversations now that we have to question our existence in the UK. And for that, of our kids, that do we want to be in an environment where we are not wanted, where our values are not wanted, where Islam is not wanted?
Meanwhile, this is what the ordinary British people are putting up with. Look at this. Another aggressive illegal migrant harassing that woman. And then, you know, he gets told that, you know what, we're not going to put up with this crap anymore. So he got his software updated. Look at this. People smugglers showing drunk and scantily clad British girls in social media videos, in social media video posts. So yes, the smugglers entice girls using footage of girls filmed in secret, drunk and dressed immodestly by Muslim standards in social media posts targeted at North Africans, Afghans, Indians, and Pakistanis. That's why when they come to the UK or these Western countries, this is how they behave. Look at this. This French girl minding her own business. This fat migrant sprays water at her through a water gun. Well, who knows? Is that water? Is that piss? Is it acid? Who knows? This is how they do. Look at this. Just and they howl and laugh. They make fun of her. This is like a horrible scene out of a Hollywood movie.
Not good. Wallah, exam.
They're all Muslims. They're all Muslims. They're all Muslims. They don't treat their women like that. But well, you let them open. You let them come. Why are they doing that? Because of this. They are literally being enticed to come, do whatever you want. Look at these white hoes. I'm telling you, this is how they see them. You might, and it's not just those who live in the Middle East thinking like that. Even those who live in Britain think like that. Even your lipstick Muslims think like that. Busha Sheikh thinks like that. They think that, oh, white women, they're just hoes. They don't care. It's a very prevalent, common mindset in the Muslim world. But Muslim women are better because they cover up, they dress modestly. That's why they shouldn't be touched. That's the prevailing mindset. And look, it is supported by the Quran. The Quran itself says that Muslim women should dress up modestly and cover their baya and hijab. Or there's a disagreement on that. That's why it ranges from the hijab all the way to a bin bag, full covering. That's why we say these cultures don't mix. But look at this prick. He has the audacity to gaslight the public. The Muslim women are unsafe.
Whether your sister, your wife is wearing the hijab, she wears niqab, she wears abaya, there is a risk she will get attacked. You can't be with her always. And imagine feeling uncomfortable every single time someone leaves the house. Like you cannot.
Yeah, go to a Muslim country where you legally are not allowed to leave the house. That's exactly true in Afghanistan. It may not be officially true in other Muslim countries, but who would want to go out when you see a sea of horny men in traditional clothes? I'm telling you, in Pakistan, if a woman goes out, she gets eye raped. It's a common phenomenon. It's a common phenomenon. Everyone knows about this.
Live comfortably knowing your family isn't safe. 5 years ago, it was
Yeah, that's okay. I want them to believe like this so they can go. Just go.
You cannot live comfortably knowing your family isn't safe. 5 years ago, it was like, come on, you should try to leave the UK, make hijrah, Muslim lands.
Yeah.
3 years ago, you should try. Now, it's like, you need to.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so amazing that he has practically shown you in the last 5 years how things have become worse and worse. And only Allah knows how bad it's actually going to become. Like, you guys need to start planning for your get out.
Yes, I agree with him. Look at this woman. Listen to this woman.
So I think, in terms of if we look at as a across the country as a whole, I'll speak that way. There's really worrying rise of Islamophobia currently. That's really concerning to me as a Muslim woman. To see that I'm a mother of a daughter.
Take it to Afghanistan, where you will be appreciated for dressing like that. Actually, no, you'll have to cover your face as well. Go there. I just don't understand. Look, guys, this is not personal. You may feel bad, but this is not personal. Cultures, especially dominant cultures, do not mix. One has to give way to the other. And up until this point, it was Western culture that was relinquishing or compromising on its own values one by one in order to make room for these people. Every time you look the other way to make room for a barbaric, cruel practice like halal slaughter, you're losing something. You're compromising on your value. Western society gave us feminism, equality. It uplifted women, gave us women empowerment. Some people might say, now, maybe that was a mistake. No, I don't think that. I genuinely don't think that. I know a lot of people in the right think that. I don't think that. I want my daughter to grow up in a society where if she's capable and intelligent enough, she could become prime minister of her country. That's how I see it. These people don't see like that. These people don't see it like that. Their prophet said a country cannot become successful if it is headed by a woman. It's a Sahih Hadith. It's a common belief. That's why you can't have a female Khalifa. Now, some of you conservative people, some of you Western conservative people, you might, if you believe like that, then you might even have something in common with Muhammad. So that's why I don't think that. It's incompatible. Your culture is incompatible with Western society. Nothing personal. We wish you good luck. Go to your Muslim country and live your lives however you want to live. No UK's Home Office will be lecturing Afghanistan that actually we should. We might. Actually, I don't believe that we should lecture Muslim countries anymore because we're in no position to lecture others when you look at your own house is literally on fire.
I have boys that I'm bringing up, and I know many parents talk to me about this, about, the rise of racism and the divisive rhetoric.
And it is becoming the norm now, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, in the mainstream, you're seeing that this is becoming normalized. And we have to, whatever role we're in, whichever political party we're in, when we see this, we have to call it out. And that's exactly what, many of us are doing. So I think
it's just not sustainable, guys. Everywhere you look at your high quality high income earning, high tax paying locals are leaving. There was a report in Germany too. And these people are coming in who had nothing, very low value people. So no, we don't want them. I think we have, look, that's what I say. We need to change the culture. Ban the burqa, the hijab, the niqab. No, maybe leave the hijab for now. Ban halal slaughter, ban street praying, ban public praying, ban loudspeaker, those shrieks of Allahu Akbar on loudspeakers, ban those public preaching. Make it a little bit difficult for them. Don't just keep giving them whatever they want. Start making their Islamist ways difficult. A lot of them will self-deport. And those who don't deport, they will say, aha, the rules of the game have changed. We, i.e. them, have to listen to the dominant culture. They have to listen and obey and respect the conditions that are being put forward by the dominant culture. That's very simple. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And if they are unhappy with it, those who cross the line, deport them, punish them, arrest them. No two-tier policing. Actually, I'm not even saying that you have to be overtly harsh on them. No, just stick to your own values. Say, we care about animal welfare. We care about women empowerment. We care about free speech. Did you hear about it? Not New South Wales. South Wales police quietly gave authority to their officers to arrest anyone who they deem has crossed the line in his criticism of Islam. A South Wales police officer is going to determine whether I have crossed the line, whatever that line is, when I'm criticizing Islam. So thankfully, Free Speech Britain got in, threatened to sue them, which is why I think you should become their member. It's only $50 a year or something. They're really good. And we have an equivalent of that in Australia. It's called Free Speech Australia. I'm a member. They threatened to sue them and they withdrew. They're literally trying to sneakily put blasphemy laws on us just to protect one freaking religion. No. So that's what I'm saying. Don't compromise on your values. It's nothing personal. We care about animals. We care about our free speech. These are our rules. We're not going to compromise on them. You're welcome to live as and try to assimilate. You're welcome to live under our laws, under our rules. If not, there's the door. No one's going to shed a tear. That's it. That's how simple it is. Look at them.
We're leaving the UK.
Guys, are we all planning to leave the UK and move abroad? There genuinely might be no benefit staying here long term.
Every person I speak to in my age range is thinking about leaving the UK.
This is it, guys. This is it. Well, actually, I don't know if this is it. I don't know how true this is. We don't actually have a number that is verified by official sources. Oh, actually, have a look at this one more video. I don't know what this guy... I remember I thought about playing this video, but I never did.
Muslims in the West right now are making a massive mistake. If you're a Muslims in the West right now are making a massive mistake. If you're a Muslim living in the West and you think that the rise of the far right is just racism, my friend, you are living in a bubble. Yes, racism exists, obviously, but pretending that every single concern that people have about immigration or integration is racist is exactly why these movements keep growing. Because from their perspective, Muslim people just don't listen.
Yeah.
We just say they're racist and ignore them.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you're comfortable in your own little ecosystem. The same ecosystem that they're saying people aren't integrating with. Halal shops, mosques, and your own community. Outside of that bubble, look around. Public sentiment is shifting. Even young British men who grew up in diverse schools are starting to lean a lot more nationalist. And that's not because they woke up one day and decided to hate on minorities, but it's because they feel like their country is changing and no one's allowed to talk about it. And so if Muslims keep on dismissing every criticism as racism, you are not stopping the far right. In fact, you're growing it, because when people feel ignored, that's when they organize. And by the time you finally decide to engage with them, it might be already too late.
Yeah, I think it already is. Look at this. Have a look at this. This just happened in Switzerland. Switzerland, guys, the country of Roger Federer. A Muslim man just stabbed 3 people in Switzerland, and police claim the motive is unclear. Another Muslim man going Allahu Akbar. That's him. This guy. Have a look. I don't know if I can play you the video. Look at it. Here's Allahu Akbar. Look at this. You see this thing coming with a knife at you. Look, people are just sitting ducks. Look at this. He could have easily gone here. Boom. She's got headphones on. We don't live in high trust societies anymore. We don't. Did you see the other video that came out over the weekend? A British-born Pakistani man just randomly went up to a 17-year-old girl. As it turns out, she's also Pakistani. She was stabbed her in the neck. Shocked again, like Irina Zarutska, like what just happened? And she then ran off. I think she's scarred for life. And the police had the audacity to say her injuries are not life-threatening or life-altering. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's actually, just get over it. You just got stabbed in the neck. You survived. You should be grateful. It's perfectly fine. Look at this. That's the new norm, guys. And they gaslight you. They still gaslight you. It's still you are in the wrong for not wanting to get stabbed. Look at this one. This just happened in England too. Look at this.
You're doing what you're doing. You get arrested. On your way, man. Come on.
They tell him, on your way, get out of here. For some reason, obviously. It looks deranged. I don't know. Something must have happened. And this is what we see that too. Like if you, like I hardly go to nightclubs, you know, I never go to nightclubs anymore. But when we used to go to nightclubs, you know, you will sometimes get turned away. And you will get upset with bouncers like, oh, they're having a power trip or whatnot. But what can you do, bro? You're not gonna. You just go to the next one, yeah. That's the civilized way of operating. But again, these people come from different cultures. They have a different way of looking into everything, not just some things. Everything.
We're gonna get you on camera, man. Go on.
Go on.
Way, man. This is what I'm saying.
So, because I'm in your country. That's it? Yes, I was in the UK, yeah. Yeah, I'm in UK. Yeah. Why you don't want to just where and you don't want to wait off and all. So, harassing people. You could have wanted that way. You could have wanted
3 to 5 of them. And I walk
What do you want to know?
What you want to know?
What do you want to know? You're just recording and you need to know your view.
I'm just having a watch of you, yeah?
Not that I wanted to show you this video, but I was looking for a different video, but this came up. Look at this. This is what Muslims are adding to British society.
I'm outside a pub right now. I wish there was a halal version of like pubs. Like
this is actually mad. There's a whole pub next to the.
There's a whole pub. Maybe he'd be okay with half a pub, but there's a whole pub.
Masjid, right? And look at these man. Oh, look at these man. Violating, they're violating, bro. How is this even possible, bro? How? Subhanallah, Adim.
See how shocked he is that there is a pub next to a mosque? How is it possible? But he's not willing to answer that question. How is there a mosque in a secular or a Christian country? How are you in a secular and a Christian country? How's that possible? Well, things are going to change. And well, they are changing. They have to change. They don't have the numbers. They played their cards way too soon.
It's not fair, bro. At least respect the masjid, bro. Have some respect.
Disagree.
No respect. F off.
So, here's a masjid. Here's the mosque. And here's a pub. See?
There's a mosque, there's a pub. He cannot fathom that this is a reality. He's raging other Muslims that, guys, look what's happening. Do something about it. Well, sorry to break it to you. You don't have the numbers to do anything about it. I actually want them to keep doing this, keep antagonizing the local public. So our argument gets strengthened by their stupidity. So we like that. But anyway, I think it'll happen. They'll have to go back. And I do understand that you can't forcefully deport everyone who's a Muslim. That cannot happen. And we got to be practical. And what's palatable? What's politically palatable? You make things difficult. You just and how do you do that? You don't discriminate. You don't pick on them. You just stand by your own values. That's it. They'll self-deport.